What's going on, guys? Welcome in, welcome back. These messages ride in on the frequency of love for the highest good. Take what resonates, leave what does not. There's change on the horizon, you guys. And I feel like it's energy that I'm feeling into. I'm gonna see if I can like describe what I was feeling into, but it's like the work here continuing to come back into this heart space, but I want to describe almost like an art, like a visual of what I'm seeing here as the collective continues to like detach from outdated beliefs and stuff and like move into deeper understandings. And then like not just deeper understandings, but once you move into that place, how you start to experience your life as flow. And like this is kind of what this reading today is going to be about. So let's see if we can like get some like visuals on the table here. What I want to do, I'm going to pull an archetype first for you, and then I'm going to go into the channel. The thread. This is actually perfect for this archetype. Or I mean for this channel. This archetype's perfect for this channel. I'm like seeing it. Okay, so the thread that's coming through here is actually like this, it's this connective tissue that you can think about, like this timeline that you have throughout your life, that you have, right? You could picture that actually, like if you think about like a science project or something, right? Like one of those opening, like a science fair with like the board and the timeline or whatever. So this is your life, right? And the thread is like this light that is like from the beginning to the end, but actually if you zoom in and out of that timeline, you can almost see it as like different, like for whoever this message is for, like you're zooming in and you're seeing it as like I'm 3, right? 14, like possibly for someone here, I'm just gonna like present this for the collective, depending on where you're at, but like, okay, 222 on the timer, so like past life arenas, right? This is okay, past life arenas, past lives. I don't know. We'll just leave that there for you know, take what resonates. Okay, so the thread that's pulling you through here is this infinite eternal light source here, and you're like noticing the things on it that actually, it's almost like I'm seeing little lightning bugs. Do you guys remember lightning bugs? If anyone grew up in like the Midwest, I think they're kind of extinct now, which is sad. Maybe in a couple years no one will even know what lightning bugs are. I don't know where they are in the world, but what's that cartoon movie I'm thinking of? Just, okay, whatever. You're noticing in your mind's eye as you delve into this flow that there's this vision that you have access to that allows you to like almost connect with energy across the world, right? And you're able to like tap into, you know, pattern recognition here, and you're like seeing it all as code. Like now you're, you know, you're in this state, and now you're in this state, and now you're in this country, and now you're in, you're able with your mind, for whoever this message is for, to like again see these things as like possible kind of open, like I'm everything everywhere all at once, right? These different kinds of like realities and realms, right, that you can kind of like travel between. And this might be a radical reading for someone, okay? But go with me here, because this is what's on the other side of, you know, okay, so veil, there's like a veil that's lifting here. Interesting. So okay, go with me on this, I guess, because this is a reading that I'm just following the guidance to, okay? When I sat down, the intention was, how do we break away and detach from all the things that we've ever known? So maybe that's my intention for this reading too, is in addition to everything riding in on the frequency of love. Like, I'm now watching these new awarenesses happen as I'm guided to say them, which is pretty beautiful. 444 on the timer, confirmation. So like what's happening here that I'm like uncovering as I move into this is like more people who are connected to this thread, who are waking up to the idea that they are connected to this thread, and that they are now watching as their like internal worlds are not only opening up because we are calling ourselves back to the temple and like leaning into this place inside of ourselves where we can listen to the information that's coming forward and like not gatekeep any of it, because why? Because no one's any better than anybody else, right? Like I know someone out there is really watching that and like very bugged by that, like very irked and pissed off that I am saying something like this. And I'm hearing that. Like, I don't even know who that is, but I'm hearing it. Like, who would be mad? I don't know. I don't fucking know, because I've never even, like, heard this before. Maybe this is... Maybe I'm just making it up. I don't know. Take what resonates, right? Please take what resonates, leave what does not. I don't believe I am, but listen. Okay, so at 5:55 on the timer here, I'm pulling affluence in reverse. I'd actually like to get some clarification around that, because it's feeling actually like kind of the opposite. Like I'm seeing that it's possible that like, okay, this is like the wealth stream or something that's like abundant for the world, that like the world can, like each individual can like access. 22 is significant here. I feel like, so I pulled grounded in the upright right after affluence in reverse, and I'm like, okay, well this is a way to like ground into some kind of like, you know, more simplified, like, I don't know, experience around like what like a beautiful balanced like society should look like, right? And so like that's kind of strange that I'm actually feeling like an energy that's like, I don't know, I guess not wanting a more balanced society or like community or like world at large, which is, you know, I don't know, like I don't know who wouldn't want that, right? Oh, okay, so I get time in the reverse and then shadow as well. So, okay. Now I'm feeling something like interesting about this, the timelines. Remember we were talking about this? This is like a way to be timeless or something. Remember we were talking about some channel like a week ago or something about pouring into this space and then like kind of watching things like, it's almost like there was this like aging backwards energy that I was feeling into here for someone. So like, not that this is, maybe that's, I don't know, like someone somewhere's, I don't know, there's something that was just like taken out here and like shown. Balance. Beautiful. It's just restoring the balance. That's kind of what that is. It's like a grounded, more like harmonious society, more beautiful world, more peaceful world. Everyone's like a little bit more happy. You know, everyone's like has what they need. You know, it's kind of giving me like this, you know, it's giving me this, I don't think that I mean it this way, because there are reasons why, like, obviously like the 1950s like picture or whatever is not like, I don't really like subscribe to that in terms of like the fact that like they would not have really been messing with like queer people and stuff, and like that wouldn't really have been a world I would like thrive inside of, you know what I mean? And like everyone under that umbrella who I like rock with and love and like support and encourage and like affirm, you know? The underdog, man. Like, it'd be harder to live as the underdog then, but what I want to like use as the archetype from that is the fact that like, dude, like most people could afford houses. Most people could like afford rent, dude. People did, like, people had families that they could see, like, you know, I don't know. So maybe like this next, like moving into this next era, right, if like humans are gonna like evolve and like be better through this, like what I'm kind of feeling and hearing is that like it really is in service to somehow, like, in the future kind of just detach a little bit more and like see ourselves as like empowered by the noise, if that makes sense, as a result, and see how we can like contribute to like correcting it, 10-10 on the timer, as opposed to like contributing to like the noise of it, or like the destruction of you know, I don't know, just like a mindset, really, because I think that's kind of what this is. Like, this is like affirming, you know, you to like live into your imagination, your creative genius. I mean, like, you can call me crazy here, and I know many people have, so it's going on as we speak. Like, you know, schizophrenic, all of it, you know, you know, bipolar, all of it, you know, anger issues, I don't know. It's, people say backward shit when you're chosen, so I don't really know. All I'm seeing is balance in the current position, temperance, so, you know, whatever. Take what resonates. But, yeah, so there's this energy here that I'm seeing around, you kind of flipping things on its head and seeing things as like backwards, which is how we were like describing, right? And like, there is that act of surrender, and it's all about letting go. And it's like people like talk about that till they're blue in the face, and like they say it, and then what happens when you do it? And I think that like whatever I'm like unpacking or beginning to unpack here or something in this reading is like something about like some kind of like just like elixir for a more peaceful life for an individual, which can only contribute to like a more peaceful life for, like, you know, a community, which can only contribute to a more peaceful life for the world, which can only contribute to a more peaceful life for the world, which is what we ultimately want to see. And like, so if you're like moving into the direction of like just being much more gentle with yourself, then you're on your way, right? 12-12 on the timer. So there you go, you're on your way. Like, just this grounding practice, this letting go, right? And like moving into what is. And I feel like the energy that I was kind of seeing that was like pulling apart is like, yeah, like it's almost like you're like in space and you're just like moving farther away from like the craft, and you're just kind of like, and you're starting to see like the world as like an entire, you know, like like I just said like entire, but then I like almost saw it get like smaller into like this little molecule, right? I remember having some really trippy thought once, like years ago, when I was on like a bunch of acid with my friends, and I was like, we were like, I was literally like, whoa, because I was thinking, and I'm sure I'm not the first one to think of this, but like I was like, whoa, so like, you know, the makeup of a cell, 1313, the makeup of a cell, right, is like, it looks like a planet, it looks like a solar system, kind of like with the neutrons and the nucleus and the protons and what is it? I'm not, but I'm, you know, whatever. It's giving me like Saturn, right? Like it just like looks like Saturn and Uranus. It looks like Uranus. Oh my god, I'm such a baby, such a child for that. But someone thought that was funny. I know it. And someone's pissed. I know it. Okay, I'm gonna leave the reading here because I don't really want to like go further into that right now, because we're like tipping the, you know, the scale on that, and I think that there's like more I could do on my own as it pertains to that before I begin sharing any more about that message. You know, I mean, I think that's the guidance right now, so I gotta go with that. You know, these channels are like ongoing and ever evolving, so I really appreciate everyone who's showing up in this space and like kind of trusting the unfoldment, right? And allowing me to like to share and be of service in the way that like I am, in my way. And I like love that, because I love that each of us are doing that in our own ways. And like each of us are so specific to us, right? Like there's no right way to do anything, right? There's just like kind of like the beginning of this message, which is around letting go, but it's more of like a surrender into what already is, right? And like opening up to the idea that things can be so much greater than maybe you're ever even possibly aware of. 15:15 on the timer, you know, like, and that there's like more happening here, like somehow, some way, you know. And even just the possibility of that like creates wonder and again, more possibility, right? More imagination, more story, more world, more life, more inspiration, more health, more healing, more community, you know, more peace, more love, ultimately. And like this is like, whoa, that's like that's what it is. It's like, oh wow, that like that thing I was like, whatever the flow is, it's just love, and now you're seeing it. That's what this is. It's like you're beginning to see it for what it is, and like able to like articulate it in like a way that is energetic around what you're seeing, as opposed to like trying to make it and then like demonstrating it as an action, because it's like an unsaid type of thing, and like watching as like it brings that kind of river of love and flow and nourishment and like into the world more for like the individual who like resonates with your energy. And that's why it's like so important, I think now I'm realizing, to like be so specific about your energy for whoever this message is for. And like if you're inside of some kind of like hermit mode, or you're like in a rebirth period or whatever, like give yourself that time and make sure it's productive time where you're present with your experience, because this is what is going not only to like open you up to this, but it's what's going to like bring you all that is, you know what I mean? And you know, that'll be very specific to the individual. Wow, I really like that message. I'm gonna leave it there with that one. 17:17 on the timer. Let me know what you thought of it. I will see you guys in another reading very, very soon. Thank you so much for everyone who, big burp there, thank you Spirit, is a part of these messages and shows up on the channel here. I really, really appreciate it so much, so much. It's my pleasure to be able to provide this type of healing and energy to you in your life, if you resonate with it, you know. All right, thanks guys, see you soon.